Good morning. Good morning. It's me, the Alpha Empath, and I just finished my morning meditation. So let me turn on my comments here. Let me get that going. Now, if you are watching this video not live, I want you to hit hashtag replay so that I can know that you're watching it. Okay. I also want you to say good morning to me. I want to know who is watching me. So leave me your name and let me know if you enjoyed the video, and if you really enjoyed it, make sure that you share it. Okay. So I want to share with you guys a story a story. I go through evolutions. I reinvent myself every few years as I grow in knowledge, as I grow in spiritual conquest, and as I become more of the best version of me. I reinvent myself. And I was going through one of those phases a couple of years ago. And for some reason, you guys, I love kameez and what are they called? Kurtas, Pakistani fashion for women. I absolutely love Pakistani fashion for women. And I had all of these salwars and saris and kurtas, and I actually got married in a kurta. I did. I got married in a kurta that was embroidered with pearls and bedazzled, and it was just really, really beautiful. And I was at this season in my life where everything that was associated with a negative memory or with a lesson that I needed to learn, I just wanted to get rid of it. Have you ever went through those seasons where you like, I don't want these clothes. I don't like how my house looks. I just want to get rid of everything and start new. Well, that was one of these seasons. I was having some disgruntled emotions about the way that my marriage was going. And everything that was associated with the wedding, everything that was associated with building it, I just didn't want it anymore. So I found a young lady. I found a young lady that I actually liked. I liked her a lot. And I just said, you know what? She needs these things, and I'm going to bless her. I'm going to bless her with these things. So I gathered up maybe like shit. It took maybe like two rides, two carloads full of things to give to her, from kitchenware, small appliances, clothing, furniture, that type of thing, to just bless her with, because she was starting her life anew and I was starting a new one, but I wanted to get rid of the old. And as I was giving her these things, there was one dress. There was one dress, and when I gave it to her, I felt my heart kind of constrict just a little bit. It kind of constricted just a little bit. But my mind said, you said you're going to give this to her, so go ahead and give it to her. But my heart kept constricting because that dress for me didn't represent what I was trying to give away. It actually represented the authentic me. See, my clothing, I love all different kinds of things, but this dress in particular, I remember purchasing it at a time when I felt free. I felt free, and it was kind of different from the normal style that I used to wear in front of my ex husband. And it made me feel sensual. It made me feel sexy. But I remember that I never did wear it in front of him because I didn't want him saying shit about me. I didn't want him saying shit about me. So I didn't feel free enough to wear it in front of him. But I had made this decision to buy it as the authentic version of me. And I had given it to her. Now, as she was out hanging up all the new things I had given her and rearranging things and things of that nature, I looked at this dress and my heart, it constricted again. So here's what I did. Now it was sneaky. It wasn't the best thing I've ever done. It really was not. But I took that dress and I folded it up and I put it in my purse. I put it in my purse and I went. Now I could have told her, hey, listen, I've changed my mind. I don't want to give you this dress. I don't want to give you that. But I knew that when she saw the dress, she realized what it represented also, because when she saw it, she said, oh my God, that's so beautiful when she saw it. And yeah, I couldn't part with it. I couldn't part with it. Now I wanted to be the bigger person. I wanted to be the bigger person, but I have learned the hard way to stop doing spiritual things that you ain't really spiritually prepared to do. I have learned the hard way to stop doing that. But I was being sneaky. So I folded it back up and I put it in my purse and I bounced. I bounced. Well, she called me back. She called me back maybe like 2 hours later after she finished arranging everything. And she was like, what happened to that brown and cream beautiful dress that you gave me? Where is it? Do you know where it is? Because I can't seem to find it. And she said, did you take it? And I tried to play it off. I said, yeah, I took it. I really like that dress. I just decided to keep it, but I didn't take accountability for what the fuck I had did. I had given her something of value. Now everything that I had given her was of value, but this dress was something special, and I was about to give away a part of me that I wasn't ready to give away because in my when I was shedding facets of my old self. You have to be very particular not to give away a part of yourself that is authentically you. And that dress was authentically me. Actually, I looked in my closet this morning and that dress is still motherfucking in there. Every time I see that dress, I fucking love it. Love it. I'm so glad. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm glad I put it in my bag because she don't like me no way. Anyway, she don't like me. So fuck her. So I'm glad I put it in my goddamn bag because yeah, it was me. Now, as you are evolving, if you are going through a divorce, if you are going through a period of remaking yourself, you give away all of those things that you use to conform to an image that did not fit you. But you better make sure you know what is authentically you. Every time you give away a piece of yourself that is authentically you, you are actually selling your soul. That's what you're doing. Now, I know that I'm talking about a dress, but it's what the dress represented that I was giving away. See, let me tell you something. I was brought up Christian. My father has been a Christian pastor for over 40 years. Over 40 years, okay? And his version of femininity, his version of womanhood, well, not just his version, but it seems like all of humanity has been taught, or women have been taught to look at women like Esther, to look at women, all these women in the Bible. And masculinity, toxic masculinity, has told us what it meant to be a woman. And this dress was me. When I picked out this dress, it was finally me saying, I choose how I'm going to express my sensuality. I choose how I'm going to express my sexuality. And no man gets to decide that for me. No man. Because it was so different than what I normally, it was so different than how I normally rock. It showed my curves. It showed my hips. I have these heart-shaped hips and I fucking love my hips, but I was taught to minimize that part of myself. I was taught to be virtuous, but I was taught virtue from a man. A man cannot teach me what it means for a woman to be virtuous. They can't do that, but yet they have. Let's take this back to stories in the Bible because I love stories in the Bible. And listen, I'm going to teach these stories with no religion. That's what I'm going to do. So let's look at the story of Esther with no religion, and no propaganda and no controlled perception of womanhood. Let's take out the controlled, systematic perception of womanhood because whatever you receive informationally as what you are supposed to be as a woman, that's going to create your reality. It's also going to create your self-image. Okay, so let's think about this. Esther is a 12, 13, maybe 13. She 12 more like it. A 12-year-old girl. Okay, she's 12. She has just hit puberty. Maybe they hit puberty at 10, 12, I don't know. But let's say she's right around that age where she is becoming a woman. And the king, he had a woman. Her name was Vashti. That was her name, okay? And Vashti, he was having a banquet for her women. She was having a banquet in the women's court. It was a party that she was throwing, and the king was throwing his separate party. That is what he was doing, okay? The king gets drunk and tells Vashti to come over here, put on your finest jewelry, show all of your sensuality, show all of your sexuality, so I can parade your beauty before my men. That's what this king says. like this woman's body does not belong to her. But I guess because when you married, your body as a woman no longer belongs to you. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? And I don't know why the fuck didn't nobody even mention how stupid this motherfucking king was. I don't know why did nobody mention that. Everybody's focused on how wicked Vashti was. How the fuck was she wicked? I mean, really think about this. Take out the religion and think about what you're giving away when you receive these indoctrinated, controlled perceptions of what a woman should be. Think about what you are giving away. So Vashti says, like I would, hell fuck no. I'm not gonna use my beauty, use my sensuality, and use my sexuality to parade in front of a bunch of drunk fucking men. I ain't doing it. I'm over here, I'm in my party. Once you get out of that drunken state, I'll come over there and see you. And then the king says, fuck her. I'm going to take away everything that I gave her. That's what he did. The men of the court got together and they said, you know what? Queen Vashti is wicked. Why is she wicked? Because she chose not to twerk in front of your fucking friends. Because she chose not to use her beauty for such a degrading way in front of a bunch of drunk men. Like she is a slave and you strip her of everything. See, ladies, you got to be very, very careful of what man you choose to surrender to and what man you choose to submit to. You better be very careful. I don't give away my power. Now, when I'm talking about this relates to a man or a woman. Do not give away your fucking power. Your power belongs to you to create your life in a fashion that you see fit. Do not give it away, okay? Based on the perceptions of what this world is teaching you that you should be. So Vashti says no. I actually thought she was actually a pretty decent ass woman. I did. But for generations and generations, she has been taught to women that it was wicked to say you will not use my body and use my sexuality at your dispense because I am fucking married to you. That's what has been taught. Okay. So he says, let's get all the virgins. Let's get all the virgins. Let's get all the young girls. The younger, the better, because we can't manipulate an older woman like we can a younger woman. So let's get some 12-year-olds. Let's get some 13-year-olds. Y'all better really think about this shit. This shit is sick when you really think about it. And I don't care if you're a pastor. You need to stop telling this motherfucking story because you are oppressing the feminine spirit. Yes, I said it. And I'm not scared to say it because you ain't gonna drag me no motherfucking where. Okay, so you got Mordecai. You got Mordecai. Hi, Mia. How are you, honey? How are you, honey? I know you're not from the States, but whatever you are, I want to say good morning to you. Good morning, Shadana. Good morning, Shadana. I absolutely love that picture of you. Good morning, Cedric. How are you doing this morning? Okay, so you have Mordecai, Esther's uncle. He probably 40-something years of age, maybe 50. I don't know. But he says, okay, yeah, Esther is of Jewish descent. The Jews in this community of Babylon, we are not really seen as what I need to be seen as in order to climb the corporate ladder. But my 12-year-old niece is beautiful. She's absolutely stunning. Let me go ahead and push her. Let me sell her to this fucking court. Yes. Let me, 12 years of age, let me give her to this court so she can go through a year worth of beautification practices to prepare for the king. Now let's talk about what beautification practices are back in those days. It was actually fucking torture. It wasn't no spa treatment. It wasn't no spa treatment, okay? It was not. You thinking she's sitting up here lounging in a hot tub and shit. No, she's going through some painful fucking shit to prepare for this man. That's what she's doing. All for the sake so he can control her sensuality and control her beauty. Yeah, women, that's yours. That's yours. It don't belong to nobody, okay? So after a year of being taught and prepared to please him, she has been taught and prepared to make him her God. That's what she's been taught and prepared to do. And that is what most people think a fucking wife is. That's what they think a wife is. And if you are a man listening to this, you can come at me if you want to, but you ain't gonna get nowhere with it. But I love y'all. I love men. I really, really do. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Cedric. You are right. That type of nonsense still exists today. You are absolutely correct about it. Okay. So 12, 13, let's say after a year of beauty treatment, and think about all the shit that women have suffered to be beautiful for men. You have it in the Asian culture where they take young girls' feet and put them in little bitty shoes, and stop the growth process of their bones in order to be seen as dainty and cute for men. This is the kind of shit that women deal with. Yeah. Now I've done it too. I got a Brazilian wax. I'm not gonna ever do that shit again. Ever. That shit fucking hurt. It felt like fucking fire. I don't understand. Well, I don't know why the fuck somebody told me it would feel good. It did not feel good. It did not feel good. And I'm not getting the crack of my ass waxed either. Look, don't put your nose all up in it. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not putting myself, subjecting myself to that pain. So, now, if you want your nose to be in the crack of my ass, you're going to have to feel a little hair because I'm not getting it waxed. Fuck you. I mean that. I mean that. Okay. So we have a 13-year-old girl, and I think the king's name was Aharis. I think his name was Aharis or something like that. Or some stupid ass name. He is 40. She's 13. He is 40. Of course she's a fucking virgin. Of course she doesn't know what to do. She's a little bitty fucking girl. Okay. And then she has been taught in the art of seduction. So he will not strip her, imprison her, or kill her if he gets upset with her. Think about how controlling that is. And pastors today are still telling women, be like Esther. That's what they're saying. They're not saying nothing about how fucking manipulative, how fucking oppressive this system was that Esther was in. So she has sex with the king. And she finds favor in his sight. Well, she better find favor in his sight, or her motherfucking ass probably would have been executed. They probably would have been executed. Okay, we got some comments here. Okay, so Mia, yes, I love it. I love it. You're right, Cedric. This type of nonsense still exists today, and men and women are teaching women to do this. See, feminine energy is being oppressed in our 3D reality. Because if we change and we unleash and open the heart chakra and allow the heart to evolve into what it can be, it ends up changing the mind. It ends up telling the mind what to build, and then our reality changes as a whole. And this is why feminine energy has been oppressed in men and women, because if you can control the heart, you can control the creation. This is why. And this is why it took women so long to get the right to vote, like we're not fucking human. This is why. It has nothing to do with gender. This is the same reason why men can't cry. This is the same reason why men can't talk about emotions. It's bullshit. Whoever they are, I don't know who they is, but whoever they are trying to control feminine energy in men and women, because when you control feminine energy, you control creation. You are giving too much away when you give away your authenticity. You're giving too much away, okay? Same thing with men. When they are taught, hey, you just got to work, and you can't be soft. You can't flow. You can't cry. You can't be vulnerable. It is bullshit. We all have masculine and feminine energy, and they both should be expressed. Both of them, okay? So let's talk about Esther's, now my doggone classes start at 9 a.m. So I better get off this call because I can't be late. So let's talk about Mordecai. This is this young woman's uncle. He has sold her into bondage, actually. And then he calls upon her and says, hey, Esther, Yeah, I know I told you not to tell nobody you was a Jew because it was unwise to do it right then. I couldn't use that as a card to play to advance my political position. But now I need you to play that card. It doesn't matter if it's going to endanger your life. It does not matter, Esther. You need to listen to your uncle because I have some guy named Haman that is coming out against me. I have no idea why nobody in the church speaks about the toxicity that was in Mordecai and the toxicity that was in the motherfucking king. I have no idea. No idea. Unnormalize this shit. I agree, Mia. I agree. There are women in African countries that are having their clits removed. I don't know who this is, but you are absolutely right. Genital mutilation. It is still going on today. Why is it going on? Can women not be allowed to feel free in their sexuality? Why is it so? Why does it have to be controlled? Because I tell you what, a woman that is free in her sexuality, she's a badass woman. She's bad as fuck. When you control women's sexuality, you are taking away a lot of their power. And it is the power to cause creation to submit. We create with our sexuality, we seduce with our sensuality. And when I was giving away this little dress, that is the part of me that I was giving away. But thank God I took it back. Now, I shouldn't have been sneaky and took it back. I was wrong for that shit. I should have embraced my power and said, you know what? I'm not giving you this dress. I bought it. Yeah, I know that I said I was giving it to you, but I'm not. Fight me for it. That's what I should have fucking said, okay? Oh my God, my wife and I were really discussing something similar this morning. Okay, so I don't know who this is. I wish I knew who this is. Tell me who you are. I want to know who this is. If this is a man discussing this with his wife, I want to know who this man is because this is not something that men typically discuss. I want to know who this is, okay? Ashanti, we are told that we are aggressive and led to believe that something is wrong with us. You are absolutely right, Ashanti, but it is bullshit. And religion, now I love scripture. Don't get nothing fucking twisted. But I don't love the perception that people are teaching scripture in. If you take all the stories that we have romanticized, all the stories that we have idolized, and you put them in how they would look today, it would look like pedophilia. That's what it would look like. Seriously. You would say, oh my God, he's a 40-year-old powerful man, and he's sitting up here taking advantage of a 12-year-old girl. You would think it was fucking Stockholm syndrome. But when it comes to religion, it's like, oh my God, let's be like her. No, I fucking don't want to be like her. I would prefer to be more like Ruth and Naomi, who are two women that were in a distant land, and they said, our husbands have died, my sons have died, and we are finna be independent women, and we finna travel to a far country by ourselves because we are independent and we can do that shit, and we can make shit happen because we are human beings, and we have the qualities of masculinity within us, just like a man does. So Ruth and Naomi do this. I'm sure that they were talked about. Where's your masculine protection? Who is going to protect you? You can't leave without some man's permission. No, you can't do that. You aren't divine just like a man is. Bullshit. Bullshit. So then they go over Ruth and Naomi. I respect them. I respect they ass so much because there are women today that are the modern day Ruth and Naomi, and they are being ostracized by society. I say be more like Ruth, be more like Naomi. That's what I say. There are women, the great women that are in scripture. Those are not the ones that's being taught in church. You look at Rahab. Rahab was a prostitute. Now, prostitution is legal in Las Vegas. So I'm not going to say anything here or there because well, do what you want. You got to do because I'm sorry. But shit, when I got married, shit, if you marrying me, hell yeah, you're going to spend some goddamn money on me. I see no motherfucking difference. I really don't. I really don't. Now, you can judge me. I don't care. I really don't. But pussy costs. Whether you marry it or whether you pay for it, it's still gonna fucking cost you some money. It is what it is. Okay, so here is Rahab, who is actually a descendant of the Messiah, Yahshua. You say Jesus, I say Yahshua. But there were a lot of prostitutes in Yahshua's lineage. And there is a reason why. Because the divine feminine always makes her own. She always fucking does it. She's always going to be set apart. She's going to be that virtuous woman. And another thing with the virtuous woman, another thing, this is Jonathan. I should have known that was you. Hi, Jonathan. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Let's be Ruth and Naomi. You absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Ashanti, absolutely love you. I have been waiting to meet you, honey. Hopefully I'm going to meet you one day, okay? So listen, I'm asking you guys, be more like Ruth and Naomi. I want to talk about Rahab, but I can't talk about it this morning because I got to get to work. I will be on tomorrow at 8:30 same time. If you like this video, please share it. If you're interested in my coaching services, please go to my website, www.thealphaempath.com, or you can attend my Sunday school. Sunday school is every Sunday at 7 p.m. CST, and the cost for the first month is free, but every month after it is only $37. So you have no excuse. I love you, and please share this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.